Hey, it's Queen Mocha. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk about why do the chosen star seeds who either end up in the foster care system at some point of their life, why do they suffer from so much abuse of the caretakers and the caretakers' families, okay? Especially the children who don't have, like the ones who are given up straight from birth, okay? They don't have anyone to make sure that they're okay and that they're being treated right. And I believe a lot of these caretakers and a lot of these authority figures in these children's lives take advantage of the fact that these children have no one, okay? So when they see that these children have light around them, they want to destroy it as quick and fast as they can so these kids can never evolve and step into who they are meant to be. Okay, a lot of these caregivers, a lot of these people are just looking for a quick way to make money. They don't really care about these children's well-being. They have a lot of unhealed trauma within themselves that they need healing from. So when they come in contact or get close to these beings of light, they get jealous, they get triggered, and they go through abuse. They go through sexual abuse. They want to abuse them sexually. They want to abuse them verbally, tear down their confidence. They just want to abuse them. When they see that these kids have gifts when they're young, they want to shut them down, make them feel weird and crazy. So these children are very, very special. And I'm going to pull some cards and see why do they suffer for so much abuse. These caretakers, foster families, they see that these children, they know how to balance a lot of things. They're kind of independent when they're real young until they get shut down at some point in their life. And they see that how strong these kids are. No matter what they've been through, they're pretty much really balanced, okay? And a lot of these people are jealous when they see that within these children, so they want to shut it down, okay? So that's when the abuse starts, all right? Okay, so this is Six of Swords in reverse, all right? They never want these children to walk away from the pain and the hurt and all the different abuse that they suffered from. They want to keep them in a state of remembering all that pain and hurt so they can never step into who they're meant to be, all right? So these children, this is why they suffer from so much abuse, because they're really, really special kids and people can see that early on. They never want them to walk away from that pain, okay? Hangman, okay? Chosen ones, they never want these kids to trust in themselves, all right? They never want them to believe in themselves and trust that they have everything they need. This is why the moment that they get in contact with these children or be around these children, they are trying to destroy them, okay? This is the Fool card. So these people have nothing to look forward to. They probably lost all hope and lost all, being optimistic about life. They lost all these things within themselves because, like I said, a lot of these people were abused themselves. Because they see that this child is special or these children are special, they want to shut them down. Instead of pushing them to be the best that they can be, they literally become the fool. They're not the one. They're in reverse, too. They literally become the fool, all right? Because that abuse and that pain don't keep the chosen ones down for too long, okay? You can abuse them, you can do everything you can, but they are strong-willed and they're very powerful the way they are from a child, a little small child, that doesn't go away because of the abuse and the neglect and the all the abandonment issues and everything these children go through. It doesn't go away. It actually makes them stronger, okay? This is Ten of Cups. They never want them to celebrate. They never want them to have a happy life. They never want them to just be happy about life, okay? They want to keep these kids. They know these kids come from the Most High God. They know these kids were gifted by their ancestors, okay? They can see that light on these children, all right? It's Ten of Pentacles, all right? They never want these kids to grow old and have children. They just want them to be stuck. They don't want them to have an abundant life, you know, with money. They want them to be just unhappy and not trusting within themselves. They don't want them to be balanced. But these kids are so balanced. They see some strength in these kids from the time they were young. They see this balanced strength, and they like, where do these kids get this strength from, especially with the things that they've been through, okay? And they want to destroy these kids. They don't want them to be happy and have a happy life and be abundant. They don't want that for these kids because they get jealous because these people have demons in them, okay? A lot of these foster parents and caretakers, they have demons in them, okay? Unhealed trauma and pain from their own childhoods, okay? And they take it out on these kids. Some of them see themselves in these kids and they want to destroy them like somebody destroyed them. I have Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is showing that these kids had multiple people in the homes where they grew up at that was trying to destroy them at one time, all right? The Six of Pentacles, they want these children to be beggars, all right? They want these children to be on the streets and not have anything because the simple fact is they know who these kids are, so they destroy them before they even recognize who they are. Then these kids won't be able to shine because a lot of these people, like I said, they possess demons. They have demons within them. They have a lot of unhealed trauma and pain that they have went through, and they haven't got help. They just went, they wanted some quick money, and then like, oh, let's take care of somebody's kids, you know? And these kids suffer through a lot. They go through a lot. I mean, it's really disgusting how the system is set up for these kids, and they really, really don't get the support and help that they really, truly need. Okay. So we have the Death card, okay? Abuse and pain is all about to take these kids to an early grave. All right? That is the truth. This is the truth because the chosen ones that be in the foster care system, they strong. Them kids are strong. They go through more abuse than any kids that have, I say that any children that have walked the face of the earth, they go through so much abuse. Okay? They go through a lot of abuse. If they've been in multiple homes, they have been abused, all right? They're trying to kill the kids, okay? They want to take them out. These, like I said, these people are meat suits. They possess spirits inside of them. And them spirits recognize these children before these children can even recognize who they are, what their strengths are, and what their gifts are. They want to destroy them. Okay, they want these kids to take their own lives or get killed out in the streets. Okay, this is why they put all that verbal and mental and physical and sexual abuse on these kids. Okay, either they want to take them out and kill them, or they want the kids to kill themselves. Okay. So we got a couple of cards that popped out. So we got the Ace of Pentacles, all right? These children will think of a creative idea and be abundant. These kids have the most brightest, biggest imaginations ever because especially ones who were given up for adoption, okay? They were just abandoned from birth, okay? And these kids are like the most creative children you probably would ever run across. All right. That's Ace of Pentacles. All right. Ace of Pentacles. These kids are amazing. And they never want them to be able to trust in themselves so they can create. They never want them to be themselves so they can create this abundantness. Okay. They are the key to success in a lot of their families. They don't even know that. They don't even realize that they are the key to success for their generations and their families. Oh, they're trying to chain these kids to the devil, but it doesn't work. It's in reverse. You know what I'm saying? These kids come here with so much light, so much brightness, a bright, beautiful aura around them that you can't chain them to the devil. So the next thing they do is all the abuse. Maybe if they physically abuse them, verbally abuse them, mentally abuse them, sexually abuse them, that these kids will be chained to the devil just like they are, okay? And it doesn't work. Knight of Cups. See, these people slowly try to destroy these kids. It's not something they do real quick. It's years and years and years of abuse, verbal, mental, sexual, and physical abuse that these kids go through with this Knight of Cups. Long, hard years of abuse. The Seven of Wands. They want to keep these kids always in fight or flight mode. They want to keep them always fighting, always in war with someone. They want to keep them at war with themselves too. Okay? So they can never step into this bright idea that they're going to create and change things around for generations in their families. All right? They know that these kids bend the balance the whole time. They recognize that. Before these kids even recognized who they were, they knew who these children were, okay? And they wanted to chain them to the devil. They want to chain them to the devil, but it didn't work. It's in reverse, okay? These kids are unchainable to the devil. They belong to the Most High. They want them to use all their beautiful passion that they were graced with and gifted with from the Most High God and their ancestors into warring all the time. Queen of Pentacles. They know that these children, whether it's male or female, is the mother of creation and going to bring wealth. So all the abuse is because the jealousy that they see the light on these kids, okay? These kids are amazing, all right? And they can see that early on, all right? We have the Ace of Swords. They come swiftly to kill any dreams that these children have. Any action that they want to take in life, they're trying to kill it before they even can recognize who they are. Taking their innocence and taking advantage of these babies. And we have the Knight of Swords. These kids get punished because they're truth tellers. These kids get punished because they have a lot of divine wisdom from a young age. Okay? The Strength card. These children, strength, are amazing. They go through the verbal abuse, the mental, the sexual, and the physical abuse. And these people, you would think they get paid. These kids come from a lot of broken homes. Some of them aren't broken. A lot of people kids were probably taken for reasons that weren't fair. But it's because these enemies can recognize who your children are. A lot of them know who your kids are. You don't even know who your kids are because their strength. They got the most strongest kids in the foster care system you will ever come across. And they want to destroy them. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like they took a lot of abuse out on the children when money got slow for them. Okay, so that's probably like another thing. Another reason why these children suffered a lot of abuse, because they didn't really truly love these kids. They were just a check. All right. We have Eight of Swords. A lot of these foster parents, they're blinded. They can't see who these children are. They don't know what it is about these kids. So some of them don't recognize who the kids are. They're just being used. All right. Moon in reverse represents the spell work. The spell work that they do on these children. The verbal, the mental, the sexual, the physical abuse is spell work. don't have a good intuition on who these kids are. So they're blinded to who these children are, okay? And a lot of them do black magic and spell work on these kids, okay? Because some of them do. Some of them recognize who they are. Some of them do moon magic on these kids, all right? A lot of witches and warlocks like to be in position, especially where they can catch these kids when they're young, all right? We have the Nine of Swords. So, a lot of the abuse that these children suffer from, I feel like when these kids eventually pull their power back, eventually recognize who they are, a lot of these foster families, they go through it. It keeps them up at night because it was like, dang, maybe the ones who didn't recognize who they were and they abused them and treated them crazy, maybe they know now, okay? And it keeps them up at night to know that they did this to God's chosen ones that were placed in their life. You don't meet chosen ones all the time. They're not just walking around everywhere. They're not. And a lot of these kids were placed in their lives to help them heal and see things on a different way too. And they were attacked. Ace of Cups, okay? So a lot of these caretakers are emotional mess, okay? We just pulled the Nine of Swords. So a lot of them are so deep in their emotions, and maybe it's negative emotions that they feel towards the chosen ones, because a lot of them probably get jealous once they realize who the chosen ones are, okay? But it still keeps them in their head. You know, it still keeps them in their head and keeps them up at night, all right? But I feel like with this Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups, I feel like it's jealousy. Some recognize who they were and they were jealous. They were very jealous and revengeful that it wasn't them. Recognize it when these children are very young. They recognize how special they are, and it makes them very jealous. They be deep in their emotions. They have some deep-seated hatred because they're not chosen. How can they be chosen when they're given up for adoption? How can they be chosen when no one cares for them? How can they be chosen? See, to be chosen by God, it don't matter who rejects you, but to be chosen by God, the Most High God, you got favor on your life, and they instantly get jealous, okay? They recognize that these children are in the high priestess, okay? They know these children are very, very intuitive. They have psychic gifts. They know that these kids are special. So this is what they do. They abuse them, okay? Because they get jealous. They see it. These kids are wise beyond years. They're very balanced. So they got to create pain and hurt and misery for these children to unbalance them, to throw them off of being in this high priestess energy, all right? Knight of Wands. They be so angry because they have demons within themselves that they haven't healed from. So they come hot-headed, fast, quick in a hurry towards these children once they realize that they're dealing with a high priestess, okay? This is the Five of Pentacles. So we have the Five of Pentacles, okay? They want these kids to be out on the cold. They don't want them to recognize that the light and the gifts and everything that they're looking for is inside of them, okay? They want them to be focused on everything else but inside of them, okay? The church is inside of them, okay? So they don't want them to focus on themselves, all right? They want them to be with this Five of Pentacles. They want them to be out on the cold. They don't want them to recognize how special they are when it's right there. This abuse is to tear them down so they won't ever recognize how great they are. They want them to be beggars. They want them to be beggars. They want them to be out in the cold. They want them to freaking be out begging for change and crumbs. Okay? They know these children is the high priestess. All right? This is sickening. They know these kids got the strength of the Most High God in them. So they want to tear them down. And especially, you know, these kids can definitely get tore down way worse than any other children I can see, because no one cares for them. It's really, really sad, the abuse that these kids go through in the foster care system. I mean, especially the ones that are abandoned, especially the ones who are given up for adoption. They have no one to turn to. No one cares for them. And it's sad. It is so sad to have a child and just give them up. You don't know what happened to them, where they're going. It is hurtful. Okay, so chosen ones, you know, I definitely went through that, okay? I went through my whole life being in a foster care system. And it hurts. It do. Okay? But if you guys would like to know more about my story, please leave it in the comments, all right? I love you, chosen ones. If no one have told you, they have loved you. Please like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. I'm Queen Mocha, and thank you for stopping by at my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time.